welcome to Game of the Week for the OMFL. We are in week 3, fellas. We are quickly on our way into season 2. Actually, season 69 here in the OMFL, but season 2 of Madden 17. If you're watching this video for the first time, thanks for checking out the OMFL. We'd highly suggest that you go check out our website, grownfolksoc.com. Check out all of the cool videos, podcasts, interviews, all of that fun stuff that we do. It's all on there. Plus, you can check out our FIFA club, the WWE League that we also represent, and then our OMFL Coach Mode that's ran by my co-commish coach, Chaotic. We'd love for you to check us out. Thanks for tuning in. So, a lot of good games. Let's go ahead and talk about them really quick. Falcons are going to be at the Jets. Saints are going to hit the road and face the Dolphins. That's a game that really intrigues me. The Dolphins playing good football, and the Saints are trying to get some things figured out. Lions at the Vikings. Patriots are going to face the Panthers. That could be a game that could be intriguing if the Panthers play up to par. Steelers are going to hit the road to face the Packers. A new owner over in Pittsburgh should give Priest a run for his money. The Chiefs are going to go travel to face the Tennessee Titans, who are playing really good football. The Browns at the Texans. That one might get ugly for the Browns. We'll see, though, if you can keep it close. A brand new owner with the Bears. He's going to go travel to face hard-hitting Ozone with the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are playing good football. If you haven't checked out his team page on our website, you need to go check that out. Look on the forums. And if he's listening to this, I encourage you to put all the things that you're putting on the forums because they're so cool. Put them on the Daddy League page too. That blog is just like a central area, and then we usually tag things on the forums. But really cool stuff from the Buccaneers. Jaguars at the Bengals. The Jaguars are going to be playing mad. The Bengals are trying to turn things around. Bengals are on our latest hot seat. Make sure you go to Daddy League's page or the grownfolksoc.com and check that interview out. Chargers are going to travel to face the Eagles. Broncos are going to hit the road to face the Cowboys. The 49ers are going to be playing upset to go play the Rams. They're coming off of a big loss last week against the Seahawks. Speaking of those Seahawks, they're going to travel to face my Cardinals. It's going to be a tough game. I think I beat him as he joined right at the end of last season, but that team is loaded. They're trying to figure some things out with their cap. That's a really good team. Excuse me. The Bills are going to hit the road to face the Raiders. They actually lost this past week, and that was a surprising upset. Those Bills are going to be playing mad, but they are also going to be playing a really good team in the Raiders in a matchup that we got to see in the AFC. I want to say it was the AFC Championship game. The Giants are going to hit the road to face the Redskins. It's good to have Everts, Santana, whatever he wants to go by. He's back in the league. He's going to be traveling to face his old buddy, or actually Bill's going to be traveling to go face him. So that should be a good matchup between those two. And the Colts, coming off of a big win last week against the Jaguars, they're going to actually hit the road to face Vandalay and the Ravens, a team that is consistently trying to rebuild the bottom portion of their roster. So let's hop into my game of the week. It's actually going to be a rematch of the NFC Championship game. The Lions are going to hit the road to face the Vikings, and this should be a really good matchup between two teams that actually look to make some noise this year. The Lions surprised everyone last year as they came out of nowhere, red hot early, cooled off late, then made a run into the playoffs all the way to the Super Bowl, where he fell to the Bills in a really close game. So just taking a quick look at the NFC North standings, it's early, but the Bears are leading at 1-1. The Lions and Vikings are also tied at 1-1. I really like this offense from the Vikings, but the Lions' defense is also extremely good, and we'll take a look at those. Then the Packers are 0-2, scrambling to try to find a win as they move into Week 3. Let's go look at a couple of stats here. We'll break down some team stats first. We'll take a look at where these teams stand on offense. The Vikings are going to be 851 total yards, 765 offensive yards, 631 pass, 134 rushing. Rushing is still a little bit of an issue, but we bumped it up just a couple of more points. I've been bumping it back and forth and been playing with free play to see how my offensive line reacts. I've been lucky enough to build an all-90s offensive line, so I get a good idea of what's too easy and what's too hard, and so I think we might have it right on the dot. We'll see how rushing is this week. They've got 5 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. They're averaging 29 points per game. Ever since he's joined here, he's been one of the best offensive powerhouses that we've had here in the league. Lions are going to be in the bottom half of the league, 618 total offensive yards, 367 passing yards, 251 rushing yards, so a much better rushing team. He is averaging 24.5 points per game, 2 passing touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns. So it's really going to be the pass versus the rush. The Lions like to control the clock, play defense, and run the ball, and we'll see how that turns out this week in the game of the week. Defense. The Vikings are going to come in first here. They're 438 passing yards allowed, only 77 rushing yards. So it truly is going to be strength versus strength. The strength of that Lions offense is that rushing attack. The strength of this Vikings defense is that defensive rushing attack. They have a strong front four that really causes you to be creative in your play calling. They've only allowed 48 points, 6 sacks though. No forced fumbles just yet, but 4 interceptions already this year. They really get after the quarterback. They always have, and they cause quarterbacks to make bad decisions on the back half and throw some picks. Lions are going to be right below them. They've allowed 348 passing yards. That's pretty good. So again, the strength of the Vikings, that passing attack, strength of the Lions seems to be that passing defense, as they have some really good cornerbacks over there in Detroit. They've allowed 256 rushing yards, which is a lot. It's a lot on the high side, but the Vikings really don't rush the ball that well. They've allowed 34 points on the year. They have 6 sacks also and only 1 interception. So both of these teams are going to be pretty evenly matched over on the defensive side, and it's going to be strength versus strength on the offensive side. Let's take a quick look. I'm going to do it this way. Mix it up a little bit. Take a quick look at the Vikings and the Lions. Teddy Bridgewater having a really good season. 68% completion percentage, 5 touchdowns. He has thrown 3 picks, but he already has 652 yards. Matthew Stafford, who I think is on the trading block, so there may be a little bit of a movement here. It'll be interesting to see who gets the start between Ruddock, the first-year player, and Stafford, who has been on the trading block this week. Stafford has 341 passing yards, 65%, whereas Ruddock has 60%. Stafford has 2 touchdowns and 1 interception, so really and truly, he's not having a bad year, but for whatever reason, Junior and his Lions is looking to move Matthew Stafford. So he can be had if you're looking for somebody. Mark Ingram comes from the Saints and goes over to the Detroit Lions, and what's he do? He has a really good rushing attack. Matter of fact, they have the top 2 guys in the NFC North. Mark has 148 rushing yards. Riddick has 77. 2 touchdowns with a 5.7 average for Ingram, 5.9 average for Riddick, and 1 touchdown. Adrian Peterson's had a tough time getting going here. McKinnon has tried to help fill that in. 16 for 46, 9 for 38. A 4.2 average for McKinnon, which is pretty good with the 1 touchdown. Cheek, the rookie, of 6'5", 238, a guy that I really have my eye on. This guy is playing outstanding football, as well as Diggs and even Treadwell. These 3 guys are right up there here in the NFC North. 15, 10, and 9, 208, 146, and 88. 2 touchdowns for Cheek and 3 touchdowns for Treadwell. These are some big, tall receivers where Diggs is the shorter guy, but he's still 6 foot. And all these 2 guys, Cheek and Diggs, those guys can move and they can make plays. He's averaging 13.9 and 14.6, 73 a game and 104 a game. So these 2 guys are pretty good players for the Minnesota Vikings. Excuse me, with the Detroit Lions, you're going to have Golden Tate and Garrett going to be your top 2 guys. 7 receptions for 113, 7 for 82, and a touchdown for Golden Tate. Again, that is not their strength. They still have playmakers there that can make plays for them. We're going to look at some defensive stats really quick. Whitehead is going to be the big leader over here. He's got 2 tackles for loss, 20 tackles on the season, no interceptions, but he does have the 1 sack. This guy's a speedy guy. He makes plays, and he causes you to really think at what you're doing. Josh Norman moves over from the Redskins over here to the Vikings, and what's he do? He gets 2 picks already early in the year. He's got 15 tackles to go with that, so some playmakers for these teams. Ekstrom, he's got 14 tackles, no sacks, no tackles for losses just yet. This guy comes up, he's a thumper, and he's going to make some plays. And then we'll cover Duke Williams. He's got 13 tackles, no tackles for loss, no sacks, no interceptions just yet, but it is early in the season. These are some playmakers. They like to play up in the box and force you to try to go over the top. So there you have it. There's a look, excuse me, at the game of the week, the Vikings and the Lions. I'm going to go ahead and take the Vikings in this game. Now, the Lions could surprise me, and I wouldn't be completely blown away if they come away with the victory here. But I really just like the Vikings offense. They put up a lot of points. And the thing about Junior and his Lions is if you can get up on him early, get in his head a little bit, he sends the spiral out of control just a hair, and he doesn't seem to focus and be able to work his way back. I think the Vikings are going to go up big here. Then they're going to start making plays on the defensive side of the ball. They're going to get sacks. They're going to cause whatever quarterback is playing back there to make some mistakes, because they're going to have to abandon the strength of their team, which is that rushing game, and the Vikings are going to cause them to get some turnovers. So, given the Vikings, I'm going to take a 34-21 victory for the Vikings. And that, my friends, is your game of the week. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you later tonight for Press Pass Live. We'll blast out the link to everyone, but that will happen at 7 p.m. Central. I'll try to get it started on time. We'll cover weeks 1 and 2 here in the OMFL, catch you up with where we stand. We will see you next week for Game of the Week and later tonight for Press Pass Live. Make sure you check out our Daddy Leagues page, the website. Give us a vote on League Crawler. Go to leaguecrawler.com, sign in, make a profile, put in your PSN, and then give us a vote. Appreciate it, guys. We'll see you later on. Good luck this week in week 3. Peace out.